updates and you want them now. So in a change to this week's behind the scenes, Paul M went to find out how the team decide what updates they'll be releasing throughout 2013.
So RuneScape is 12 years old, and keeping content that kind of appeals and is tailored to such a wide variety of players is like an unbelievably massive task. So I guess my first question really is, how do you do it?
Well, it's not an easy job, that's for sure. What we tend to do is think about the next 12 months of content that we've got planned, what we want to achieve within those 12 months, and also have a kind of broad idea of what we want to achieve within the next 3 years. When we're thinking about what sort of players we've got, we try to make sure that the content we've planned over the next year is appropriate for all of those different groups. Some of the bugs that we've got, some of the problems that players have with content. We also need to think about all of the different skills that we've got in the game. We need to think about which pieces of content we've updated recently, what things we haven't done for a long time, but also, areas of the game which have become a bit dated. We want to make sure that the game is constantly relevant to players, so we need to always update. So there's really quite a lot of juggling acts that we're doing all of the time.
How do you sort of choose what goes in and what stays out? Or
every single project that the entire RuneScape development team is working on is put into a schedule. Right now I've probably got about 6 years worth of content in my mind. We can't do it all at the same time. So it's about making sure what's right for the game and when.
How do you decide, okay, well, this content's going to go in and this content isn't going to go in?
A lot of the time it's about availability. It's about working out how many hours we've got in every day, how many hours each department have got to work on things, and then sort of fitting everything together almost like a jigsaw puzzle. Some quests can take up to a year to create. We've got other pieces of content that are very, very short. We've just recently done a rework to the Demon Slayer quest, for example, which we should be seeing in the game within the next few months, and we restricted ourselves to only sort of a week or 2 weeks of development. The Grand Master quest that we've got coming up in the next few months has been about 9 to 12 months development time. Even though I've been here almost 10 years, I'm still surprised by the amount of development time that it takes to do certain things. It doesn't surprise me that the players kind of underestimate the amount of work that it takes, because I do it every single day.
So would you say then that okay, 10 years ago making a quest was it's a much simpler process?
The content that we're producing now is so much more challenging to make just because we've got so many more things to think about. For example, the graphics. The quality of the graphics that we can produce now is just astronomically higher than it was before. We have a lot more investment in things like 2D concept art, so that we've got a team of artists that will actually produce really cool images for the modelers and the animators to work from. Audio is a lot better now as well. The quality of the audio that we're producing, using full orchestras, proper voiceovers, actually thinking a lot more on how we want those characters to talk, adds a lot more to development, really.
If a player wants this or wants that, how do you kind of decide what goes in, what doesn't go in, whether it's a good idea or a bad idea? How does that work?
So it's quite often the case that the ideas that the players really want to see in the game, we also want to see in the game, because we're all players of RuneScape as well.
How long do you think it takes for a player idea?
Oh, and RuneFest as well, sorry.
Oh yes, RuneFest, we've got loads of good ideas from RuneFest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the RuneSpan, the update last year, that was kind of voted on from the players from RuneFest, and we're really looking forward to doing that again.
So it wouldn't be behind the scenes, and I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't harass you a little bit and ask you for a bit of a heads up on some future content.
Yes.
So what have you got?
This is a bit of a cryptic clue, I guess.
Do I need a pen?
The gods will be hunting for the rarest butterfly.
That is very cryptic.
Also something cool, Death, which is one of the characters that we've got in the game. He's always been a bit of a comedy character, but he's actually going to be doing a bit of fighting this year.
Do you have anybody set to voice Death?
No, not yet.
Brilliant.
I'm not sure.
Are you taking auditions?
Maybe we are. I'm not sure we're going to voice that quest, to be honest with you. We'll see.
Okay, well I don't want to be the one to stand in the way of progress, so I should probably let you get off and crack on.
No worries.
Okay, Mr. Voiceover Guy, can we hear about next week's BTS, please?
But of course, next week on Behind the Scenes, we really will be looking into the incoming Desert Achievement Diary. Promise?